Okay, hi, this is Matthew with a better world.diy. That's the website. The YouTube channel is a better world underscore DIY. And this is the weekly review. So today is the 22nd of March, 2026. I just want to do a quick update. Not a whole lot going on, just continuing to proceed with the Northeastern Corridor project. So there's a website up at the website has the voting now available, and I'm starting to contact more and more groups, more and more people that live in that area to see if there's an interest in voting for where will our community project start. Let's see. I'm going to look at some notes here just to kind of help me to know what to say. Okay, so by the way, this website, this project community. There's no hype here. There's some videos that are available on YouTube that just hype. And I know some of the content of what I talk about sounds like hyperbole. I'm talking about reducing crime and reducing racism and reducing poverty in neighborhoods in America. Now, that's not meant to be uh, any kind of an exaggeration or any kind of extreme concepts or any kind of like a clickbait thing. It's not about that at all. This is completely real. This is factual. This is how things work. When people work together, when people cooperate, when people have a platform, and when people have some good framework around getting together, things get better. Crime goes down. Racism goes down. People understand each other. People learn how to cooperate. It's not a fast process. It's not an easy process, but it's a necessary process. And it's the only way. It's the next step for humanity. We know how to kill each other, and we're seeing that now with the wars that are just exploding in the Middle East. And even this Ukraine-Russian thing, after years, it's still not being solved. So why not? Because the average person, what I'm calling the meek, these are people that are sane people. These are people that are not narcissists. These are people that are not trying to, they're not sociopaths or psychopaths. They're not trying to control the world. They're not trying to get rich so they have more power to manipulate others. These are people that are normally just on the sidelines. And the main theme about what I'm focusing on lately is building community and finding a way to help these people that have not stood up, have not used their voice because they just feel like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. This is a platform, this Everybody Community, everybody.org. This platform is designed for people to participate in their neighborhoods, to participate to the degree that they feel comfortable. And it's not about protesting in the streets. It's not about tear gas canisters being shot at them. It's not about going to jail for protesting. It's not about any of that. It's just about people working together in community and helping the community be stronger so that the community can make decisions. It can vote. It can decide, wait, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. In fact, a new project that I'm working on now that I'll release in a few days, one of them is about taxes. And we don't have any input whatsoever about how our taxes are being spent, only when we can elect officials. But we don't know what they're going to do once we elect them. So Congress decides about taxes, where the money goes, right? Supposedly. But even that's not really happening. So if you don't want to support wars, you don't have to in the future. So maybe you want to be part of that project and maybe subscribing when we make that available. Maybe it's going to be a good idea. So I'm going to be focusing a lot on that because um, income tax is what I'm talking about. Because when people pay income tax, they don't really have a choice. And if you try to do that and you do it wrong, you try to avoid it and you avoid it wrong, people go to jail, they lose everything. The government can just take everything that you have and put it in during litigation, and then you lose everything practically. And there are people that are on the street because of that, because of the government. Okay. So we're not about hype here. We're just about what really can happen. The miracles really that can occur when people work together. So what we want to do here is focus on bringing people together, empowering people to work together like never before. Looking at the meek, these people that are good intentioned, but have had no way to make a positive impact in the past. But now, because of a lot of reasons, things have changed in the world. Now there is a way that people can have more impact on their community, on their neighborhood, on their city, on their state, and on the country. Okay, so a better world is about making that available to people. Really, a better world, ABW. It's about sharing the idea of community. It's about inviting people to participate. And we're doing this pilot project in the Northeast Corridor where we're picking 5 communities out of 12 that will be the first to be part of this community building process. We're going to make some changes there. We're going to make some positive changes there. What else? Okay, the light walks, you know about the light walks. You can see this picture right here. This is of somebody walking in the light. We're going to be leading light walks. I've done the light walk myself here where I am currently in Vietnam for 80 days in a row. And so looking forward to the end of this month, March, where we'll hit the 90-day milestone. From there, I don't know, maybe the next milestone might be 6 months. How is the project doing? How is the YouTube channel doing? Okay, so far I've posted since the beginning of this year, 2026, 142 videos. There are 17 subscriptions to the website. You know, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it because I feel I have a responsibility and I don't see anybody else doing this project. So I'm just doing this. I think everybody on earth deserves food, clothing, shelter, safety, ability to communicate, and healthy food and clean water and shelter so they're not out in the rain. Everyone, if you look at it from a compassionate standpoint, don't we all deserve it? I think we all deserve it. And I think most of us really believe that we all deserve that. It's not about rights. It's not about laws. It's about compassion. And once we start thinking from a compassionate viewpoint, a lot of things become a lot more clear. A lot of things make a lot more sense. A lot of things work a lot better. Okay, in the last 28 days, I've gotten 5,400 views on my videos, and the watch hours are 26 watch hours. Got 2 books coming up. The last point I want to make here is there's 2 ebooks coming up that I'm going to make available for really cheap, like maybe $10 or something like that. One is called A Message to the Meek. It's about how the meek can be empowered, how the silent majority of humanity that really wants a better world can be empowered to create that. So that's what we're working on. That's really the focus. And another one is about the end of war. So it just goes through the details about, even my mother, when I grew up, my mother said there's always going to be wars. I don't believe that. I don't agree. And a lot of people have accepted the idea that, oh, there's always going to be wars. But no, that's a ridiculous thing. That's a savage thing. That's a primitive thing. If you can't communicate, you can't get along, you kill each other. And it's led right now by the leaders, by the evil leaders, psychopath leaders. This is why the American soldiers are getting killed over in Iraq when Iraq has nothing against America. There's no threat. So it's one thing to have a leader who's a nutcase and who's evil and who's killing people. And it's even worse to have people actually believe in him and follow him and obey him and go to their death for his insane policies. So this is part of the A Better World project. This is part of everybody. This is part of community. It's a part of community to understand we don't need to kill each other and we don't support killing. And I don't give my money towards killing innocent people on the other side of the earth. No, because why? 90% of everybody, all want the same thing. We want healthy, happy babies. We want nice parties. We want beautiful weddings. We want nice homes. We want good food. We want a secure and stable and safe and peaceful life. That's what most of us want. And that's what we're doing here. We're working on a project so that everyone can have that. But what's it going to take? It's going to take people participating. It's going to take people standing up. And in order for me to expect people to stand up and say, yeah, that's what I want, I'm going to be a little bit more active instead of so completely passive. It takes a platform for that. And that's what we're providing. We're making it easier. And that's our goal. We want to make it as easy as possible for people that don't like what's going on in the world and they want to do something about it, but they haven't known how to do that and they haven't had a way to do that. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you so choose. And we'll see you again next week with another update. And every day there's a light walk video that I share about the light walk. Okay, see you next time.